There's a slight chance I might die of food poisoning today, because I'm going to test out 5 different MREs, meals ready to eat, from 5 different countries around the world. Now, I'm a former CIA officer, and when I was with the agency, there was a period of time where I ate a lot of MREs. So many that I never wanted to eat anymore again, and just the thought, like looking at these, makes me want to vomit. So you know that, like how you get that drool in your mouth where you want to throw up? That's how I feel when I look at MREs. So I am going to go through these, and then I'm going to talk about what survival food I think you should have, because MREs, well, I'm going to tell you also how much time they last and why there are other options where the food lasts longer. So let's get right down to it. I use a flip phone, so I do not have the fancy thing where I can tell what countries these are, because my team just threw these down. There was one I can read, the good old United States of America, but the rest of these I don't know. So I'm going to use my buddy's phone. I'll show you, let me show you this first one first. This is the first MRE we're gonna dive into. I'm going to and we're gonna see what it says. So he said, hold it over here, take photo, it will translate and tell you what country. So let's see how this fancy things work. Okay. This is an MRE from Germany. Single person pack, combat ration individual, and it does not tell me, at least on this side, what the meal is. But no idea. It does not say what food is in here. So we're gonna find out in a minute, but we're gonna move to our next one and see what this one is. So let me get off of here. This is the next MRE. I don't know what country this is. This is also country. So we're gonna take our magic fancy camera. We're gonna go over here, put it right over here, see what it says. All right, this one is from Lithuania. So this is a Lithuania military food ration. It says dry food ration, option number 1, stewed pork with rice porridge. Stewed pork with rice porridge, okay. Remember, we have no idea what's in the German one because it did not list it on there for some reason. Lithuanian one, stewed pork, rice porridge. All right, next is United States, as we know. I don't have to check this one. This is chili with beans. Blah, chili with beans, okay. We'll get to that in a moment. Let's go down the line. This one I did look at as they plopped it down, so I don't have to use my camera, only because, well, I do in a minute because I have to find out what it is, but it says Spain on it in English. So this is a Spanish military MRE, but I don't know if it tells what the meal is, so let's do that. Let's find out. And I do speak a little bit of Spanish, but not that great. Okay, this one says Armed Forces, Combat Ration, Lunch B. Oh, good, I get Lunch B. Okay, so it doesn't tell you what is in here. I have no idea what meal is in this one. All right, last but certainly not least is this bad boy here from country X. Let's figure out what country X is. I need to go to their magic app on my friend's phone to detect language. Let's see what this one says. All right, this one says, okay, we got Sweden. Okay, so this is a Swedish MRE. It says filled ration with minced meat sauce. Oh, didn't get a ton of that word. Okay, potatoes with minced meat sauce. Okay, potatoes with meat. All right, those are our 5 food rations. Let's go into them right now. Let's see if I'm gonna get sick and end up puking my brains out later. This one, remember, very first one is from Germany. And also remember, it did not say anywhere on here what meal is in here. So this is gonna be fun because I'm not gonna be able to read the directions. And it's been so long since I've had MREs. I'm sure they're fancier. I'm sure they cook differently. I'm sure they have more high-speed, low-drag stuff in them. Okay, so this is Germany. I will say, this is already looking fancier than I expected. It has, let me make sure you can see the whole thing in there. All right, Germany, I'm gonna give you a good mark for presentation. Has a bunch of stuff, which we're gonna have to get back the, dang it. We're gonna have to get back the app. Photo. All right, this says, this says orange flavored drink. This says exotic flavor. Who knows what exotic flavor is? So this is more drinks probably. We're gonna guess more drinks. Grapefruits. It does say grapefruit in English there. So we've got that. This is a schnitzel. All right, let's find out what this is. Safety matches. All right, so we got matches inside here. That's good to know. We have, it says cookies. So that does cookies in English. So cookies something. This is jerky. I can read pork jerky, okay? That looks like actually decent jerky. So they got decent jerky in there. We have, I wish I could read this. There's no English whatsoever on this. So I'm guessing this is part of the stove, but let me see if I'm completely wrong. All right, this says, oh no, this is, I thought it was gonna be one of the cookie stove. This is meal sliced bread, rye bread. All right, this looks like butter, some kind of sauce, jelly or something, jelly, more jelly. I'm making executive decisions here. Chili flavored something. This is blah, 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 blah. Okay, I'm gonna say peanut butter by the feel of it. I do like me peanut butter. This is a fruit mix. This is, looks like more cookies. Chocolate maybe? Yes, it is chocolate. I can read chocolate in German. Chocolate. This is orange dessert. Dessert cream orange. Man, I tell you, Germany does this well. I'll give them that. There are, just looks like a lot of different like spices or sugars or something, whatever that says. There's a lot of stuff in here. Alcohol wipes, so good kit there. Got a lot of stuff in there. This is some other type of food. I'm not gonna take the time to go through that, but even more food. And then this would be our meal. I do want to see what the meal is, because remember, it didn't tell on the main thing. So let me put the magic language detector app and see what the meal says it is. Vegetable rice with minced meat rolls. Vegetable rice, minced meat rolls, main meal, and then let's see what this other meal is. Beef stew with smoked pork. That actually sounds kind of good. I like beef stew. Okay, now, so this is all in Germany, and they give me a nice welcome information thing that is all in German right there. So this actually looks decent, like a lot of food. Now, here's what's missing, which may not be missing because I can't read German, is the cooking mechanism. So usually MREs have some kind of self-heating mechanism where you like pour water in, it's got the magic heating thing, and you sit it for 5 minutes and it cooks the meal right there. So unless this is not so yeah, I don't know where the self-heating stuff is. It could be here, I don't know. I'm not gonna go because we got 4 other ones to go through. I'm not gonna take time for that. Let me see how what are these German, what is this? These were the cookies. All right, we're gonna have a German cookie real quick. We're gonna open this bad boy up. Let's see. That looks like dog food. I did bring a fork. Smells like dog food also. All right, what did I say? This was the rye bread or something? This looks terrible. This looks like an MRE actually, is what it looks like. Because if you're starving, you'll eat anything, but that's not good. Okay, let's seal that up so I can throw it in the trash can later. All right, so, yuck. All right, those are German MREs. Remember, they didn't have the beef jerky though. Let's get all this out of the way. Let's get this out of the way. Okay, we just finished the German MRE and that disgusting rye bread cookie thing, get the taste out of my mouth. Next, we're gonna go to, this was Lithuania, I believe. So let's rip open Lithuania, and I want to say this was like meat and potatoes, minced meat, something meat. What was it? Something to do with meat. Something that didn't sound half bad. So unlike Germany, it doesn't come in a box, like ours doesn't come in a box. So let's start pulling some of this stuff out, see what we have. We have, looks like some jelly, chocolate. I can read chocolate. And some stuff. So just more dessert, condiments type of thing, in addition with whatever that thing is. Sugar, it says sugar. So we got that, let me get that out of the way so we can see everything coming out from Lithuania. We got this, moist towelette, that's awfully nice of them. Okay, so these are the cooking stove tablets. So this is the fuel that you use to cook your MRE. As I said, I didn't see the one in Germany, which means it was probably in there and I just couldn't read it. But Lithuania, they've got these, they're called Wet Fire or whatever, there's a bunch of companies out there make them. So they got 3 fuel tablets. They have a spoon, which is nice. Most of them don't have any kind of utensils, but a decent plastic spoon. We have some matches. Get it all out here. We have some matches with a dragon on the front that says something. And we got our most towelette. Okay, so far so good, Lithuania. At least you provided us with a way to cook our food. Let's see what else we got in here. We've got some delicious Lithuanian crackers. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see 4 crackers there. So we got food there. Almonds. I speak Lithuanian when it says almonds. So we got some healthiness there, which isn't saying a whole lot for an MRE. And let's see what else is in here. Looks like a tray. Okay, so they give you a fancy tray for heating the food. So if I was gonna take the time, they got the metal thing, they show me here how to make it, and that's how you heat the meal. So I can put this tray together, I would light the fire underneath it, that way it cooks the food. And let's open up. Oh, and I see it's got this too. So they give you two ways to cook it, because this is one of those pouches. I'm drawing a blank right now how to explain it. But when you add the water, whatever chemicals are in here, it boils it, it cooks it. So you add water up to the fill line, and of course, I cannot read Lithuanian, so I don't know what it says. But basically, it says something like, add water to this line here, and then you put the meal inside it, and it cooks and heats the meal, which is what this stuff here. So it has that. So again, it's looking like it gives you two different ways to cook your meal. And then we have the meal itself, stewed pork with rice mash. Doesn't sound that good. Stewed pork, rice mash is our meal that we could cook. And what I'm gonna try from Lithuania, I'm going to try, you know what? Let's try the chocolate. That sounds good. That sounds like a safe thing to try. So this is ruda, or however you pronounce it. And we're gonna have a bite of Lithuanian chocolate, see how that goes down the hatch. Ah, look how delicious it looks. It looks like it's only been sitting since 1973. Let's see if I can break my teeth on. Here's the good thing about chocolate. All over the world, chocolate tastes like chocolate, kind of. All right, not too bad. Let me chew for a minute. An almond. I do like almond. Okay, so Lithuania, decent, normal, ways to cook food, fire tabs. I'm sure this stewed pork with rice mash is just delicious, but we're gonna stick with the chocolate. So there you go. That is the Lithuanian meal. Now we're gonna move on to Sweden. Okay, we're gonna talk about Sweden's MRE right now. This is potatoes with minced meat sauce. Doesn't sound too bad. Yeah, right? Okay, potatoes with meat sauce. Let's tear it open. Let's see how they compare to Germany and Lithuania. Let me move these ones out. We're gonna get to those in a minute. Let's just pull out a little by a little. Okay, here it is, a chocolate bar. All right, I dig it. I like chocolate. Who doesn't like chocolate? So we got a chocolate bar. We have, okay, so they again have the same type of cooking thing that was in the Lithuanian one, where you fill the bag with water, you heat your meal in there, abracadabra. So it has the fill line, it has the heating elements, so you fill it and then you slide your meal in and all that kind of stuff. So we've got a way to cook our things. We have our calorie map something information, which we can't read. Here is our, looks like drinks, sugar. Let's see what's in here. We have a spoon, not as good as the spoon as Lithuania gave us. Where's our Lithuanian spoon? We'll compare Lithuanian spoon versus Swedish spoon. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so we got a spoon, we got wet wipes, we've got alcohol pads, we've got gum, all right. Sweden gave us some gum. We have sugar, more sugar. What is this, coffee or tea? Tea and coffee, so Nescafe. All right, so we got a little coffee there. All right, so we got a few of the luxuries there. Now let's pull, what else is here? Oh, okay, all right, well, let's do this first. This is the main course. This is our minced meat with potatoes. I'll give them an A+ for packaging. Look how fancy that looks. Look at the pretty designs and everything. So it looks better in other countries. Okay, so we'll put that there. And then this is rye bread that looks like it tastes as good as the German rye bread that I tasted. So nice and sealed and packaged right there. And then we have roasted lentils. So we got some lentils and even more lentils there. All right, you know what? Because the rye bread from Germany was so terrible, I'm gonna pop open the rye bread from Sweden. As you can see, it looks ultra healthy. I'm sure it's just freshly baked. Baked in 1964. Let's get that open. As I drool everywhere. Okay, there we go. I don't even like rye bread when it's cooked normally. I'm buying time here. I am purposely buying time. Again, you shouldn't have high expectations when you're eating MRE bread, although not as bad as the German bread. So, not that it's great, but I would eat this over the German stuff. Okay. Sweden, not too bad. Germany definitely has a lot more food. You're getting more bang for your buck, but nothing looks horrible here. Let's move on. Let's go to Spain. All right, now we're gonna move on to Spain. Now this is Spain size. Let's compare this to Germany, which I just dumped their stuff everywhere. Okay, so this is Germany's size MRE. This is Spain size MRE. So again, Germany does pack a lot in there, but let's open up. And this one, I can't even remember what it said. Does it say on the outside? No, this just said it was like food B or whatever. It didn't tell us what meal it is. So let's cut this open. Let's see what's gonna be here in Spain. By the way, at the very end, after I've gone through all the meals, I'm gonna put all the main meals together. So all 5 of them, I'm gonna open them up. I'm gonna take a test of those, eating them not cooked, delicious, and let you know which one has the overall best main meal. Okay, so this is Spain. I don't know, Spain, that looks a little, again, feel like I'm getting gypped if I'm in the Spanish military. Okay, pop it open. What do we got here? We got the direcciones. Okay, we got directions that say something. We have sopa de verdura. I thought sopa was soup. Not gonna look it up, but yeah. So some kind of soup mix, soup flavoring, soup something. We have, looks like a sugar, no, this is a something, okay? We have, okay, this says carne something meat with salsa. So we've got a meal here that is meat with salsa. We have I'm gonna have to get the fancy app for this one because I can't even make it out. Where's the phone? All right, let me get the phone so I can at least give you a little bit of what is in the can here. Okay, it says Armed Forces hair halves, light syrup. Okay, there we go. We know this one has the meat something salsa. This one is the pear halves. Let's keep going. This looks like a lot of maybe coffee, yeah, we're gonna say it's drink stuff, coffee stuff, disinfectant. Ooh, this is toothpaste. They gave me toothpaste. Nobody else gave me toothpaste, but Spain did. So I've got that. This looks like some candy. We're gonna say it's candy. I don't know for sure. All right, they've given me tablets for cooking. So these are the kind of the wet fire tab things so that I can cook. So I've got that. Spain also gives you some matches. Not fancy matches, not like the windproof, waterproof, but hey, matches nonetheless. So I've got that. I have, this might be my, no, I don't know what this is. Let's see. Pepper paste. Okay, pepper paste. All right, got that. And then this is mackerel fillets pickled. Oh, that sounds disgusting. Yuck. Okay. And then we have a napkin, and we have our little stove that we can put together. So we can take this out, put it together, put our heating stuff in there, and cook our mackerel fillets pickled. Blah. Okay, so that is Spain's. I'm gonna say Spain is my least favorite at this moment. It's the one I'm least excited about eating and the one I'm least impressed with. So that is Spain's MRE. The final one we're gonna go to right now is the US MRE, and then as I said, I'm gonna put all 5 main meals together, taste test all 5 main meals cold, because I don't wanna spend the time to cook it, and we're gonna see who the winner is out of all 5 countries. Here is the US MRE. I should hopefully not need the translation app for this one. This meal is chili with beans. So let's rip her open and see what we got in here. Maybe not rip her open. Oh, come on, Hercules. I'm gonna have to get out my knife. All right. Okay, let's see what we got in here first. Let's just pull out random things. Okay, this is the cooking thing. So we saw several other countries have the same thing where you add in the water. These directions I can actually read. And then I slide the meal in, you put it in a sleeve thing, and it heats up your meal. So yes, they have a way to cook it, which is a bonus. We also have a spoon. Where's my favorite spoon so far? I don't remember what country this was. Looks a little bigger. Yeah, just a hair. But a plastic spoon, so this will do us fine. No complaints complaints there. Pull out other random things here. This is the main meal, which is chili with beans. Ah, delicious. Okay, so we got our main meal pouch there. And this vegetable crackers. Also sounds delicious. So we got some crackers there, nice and packed for us. We have, this is the sleeve. So when you're putting your cooker thing, you put the sleeve around it like that. So we got the cooking mechanism there. Cheddar cheese pretzels. That doesn't sound too bad, cheddar cheese pretzels. So we got pretzels there. We have, all right, we got gum, we got coffee, we have sugar. So this is just like the pack of quote unquote luxury items to make life a little better in there. And then we have some cornbread. Let's see what else we got in here. We have the grape beverage powder. So we have this thing, which we can tear it off, fill with water. You can hear the grape Kool-Aid stuff in there. So we have that. We have our cheese spread. Again, delicious cheese spread that lasts 5 years. I'm sure it's wonderful. And last, but certainly not least, we have our hot beverage bag. So we can fill this up. If we wanted to have a hot drink, if we wanted to pour our coffee from this in there, we could have it. Now, when you do compare this to Germany and some other people that packed it with food, not as much food, but like I said, we're gonna test them all out right now. So this is the United States MRE. I've eaten so many of these past when I was with the agency that it still makes me, whatever, I'm not super thrilled. So what are we gonna eat before I get to the main meal from our US one? The vegetable cracker, that sounds gross. Let's eat that. Okay, so we are gonna open up the vegetable cracker. You can see how appetizing this looks. Well, I was gonna try and get a bigger one out. There we go. There is your vegetable cracker. Tastes like a normal cracker. Not bad. I probably ate a million of these and already forgot that I've eaten a million of these, but not bad. I like the vegetable cracker. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We gotta get the main meals. We have, what are my main meals? Okay, this is like as organized as I am in real life, folks, just to let you know. Okay, US main meal, chili with beans. We have Sweden's, I think this was Sweden's main meal, which is potatoes with meat sauce. Here, let me get this out of the way and get this over here. We have, missing a lot. Okay, this is stewed pork with rice mash. I believe that was Lithuania. Gotta go back to Germany, can't forget Germany. They packed their sucker full. I can't remember, we got 2 main meals. I gotta see which one I like better, because I don't remember what is what. I do remember that Spain has this disgusting mackerel fillet pickled yuckiness. So we're gonna get 2 things from Spain, because I want that carne meat sauce stuff. So this is Spain, disgusting fish something and meat sauce. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, but we're gonna figure out which German one sounds better. Unless they're the same thing and they just gave me double, we'll find out. Vegetable rice with minced meat is this one. And beef stew with smoked pork. We're going with the beef stew with smoked pork, this one. So let's get this one out of the way. All right, I have my fancy meal supplies that we're really not gonna use, but I brought it anyway. Okay, so let's start with, this is the bean stew with smoked pork, courtesy of the Germans. Doesn't look good. Here, you can see in there. All right, here we go. Let's see how it's, I don't know why I'm gonna stir it up like that's gonna help at all. All right, I'm gonna get a healthy, that's actually not bad. That's pretty good. However, as my wife will tell you, my palate is not very sophisticated. I'll eat anything. So I like that. That's good. Now I've got to put it so it's not going to tip her. So far this German MRE, good, I'll take it. All right, this I believe is the Lithuanian stewed pork with rice mash. I don't know, anything you add the word mash on does not, look at that. It's like a disgustingly long granola bar, chocolate bar. One bite's enough. Ugh. It's called mash for a reason. Okay, not in love with that one. All right, let's go down to Los Estados Unidos. That means US in Spanish. Okay, so here is the, I tore it the wrong way. Here's the American MRE, and I didn't tear it right. Dang it. Well, now we're just gonna make a much bigger mess than we've already made. All right, and this was the chili and beans. So we're making a mess everywhere now. Hold on. Okay, chili and beans from the US MRE. That's actually not bad either. I don't mind that. I'll eat that. I like that. Okay, we'll put that here. So Lithuania has not made the cut so far, but Germany and the US have made the cut. I feel like with Sweden's fancy packaging that I'm gonna have high expectations for their potatoes with minced meat. I mean, look at that. Look at that. It looks like it's a, something you actually buy from a real store. So potatoes with meat sauce, courtesy of Sweden. All right, open it up. You can see inside. Doesn't look that appealing, but that's okay. I'm getting it all over me as usual. Okay, let's have a decent mouthful here. pretty good too. That's actually really good. All right, I dig it. I dig it. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we've got Spain. Now, this is the, what is it, mackerel that's pickled. I'm gonna take the world's smallest bite of this, because this just sounds absolutely horrendous. I'm even gonna try and open it up slowly, because I don't want this crap to spill all over me. Oh, yuck. And I like fish too. I mean, I'm a guy who likes fish, but nothing pickled. Like one of my kids at the dinner table. Ugh, ugh. All right, now let's go to the meat sauce one. Ooh, delicious. There you go. There's your really okay. Spain's dead to me. Yuck. Okay, don't like Spain. Don't like the Lithuanian one. You know, if I had to choose one that's probably the best, you know, it's probably this. It's probably the Swedish one. The Swedish one is not bad at all. I mean, actually, all three of these are not bad. I would eat all three of these. No horrible. But if somebody's like, you have to have this as a meal often, tonight, whatever, that's definitely palatable. So, there you have it. All right, so now I'm gonna give them a ranking. I'm gonna rank all 5. Okay, you have me remember which one this is. For Sweden, this is getting an A+. I like it, it's good, I'll eat it. Sweden, A+. For the United States of America, they're gonna get an A for this chili. It's kind of hard to screw up chili, but the chili's good, I'll eat it too, so they get an A. Germany, for their, whatever the heck I ate, for their meat something stew, Germany also gets an A, because I like that, was nothing bad there. Spain, oh, it was gross. Spain, you're gonna get a C, especially for that pickled fish stuff, yuck. So C for that, and then this was Lithuania. Lithuania's was a C+. I'll give them a C. It wasn't as bad as Spain, but it's a C+. So there you go. If you're gonna get MREs for food storage, just remember they only last about 5 years. So you can get them, but they're not a 25, 30-year shelf life type of thing like other foods. My favorite 25-year shelf life is the survival pouches in a bag. I love this stuff. If you want the world's best survival food, just go to spyfoodstorage.com. I'm gonna say that again because I know you're gonna email me and ask me, spyfoodstorage.com. This lasts 25 years. This is good meals. This is Caribbean rice and beans. But if you're gonna get MREs, now you know some of the countries you may want to try, may not want to try, but again, it only lasts 5 years. All right, I'm former CIA officer Jason Hanson. I'm gonna go have a real lunch because I am hungry right now. God bless you and have a wonderful rest of your day.